Well, that whole fly fishing thing didn't work out. It seemed like it didn't really matter what I tied on. The trout would go right up to it, sometimes even 5 of them at a time, but they would all refuse it. I tried dry flies. I couldn't quite match the hatch. I think I needed some Hendricksons, and I don't have any in my box. I tried a couple different nymphs, beadhead prince nymph, just some pheasant tails, just general attractor nymphs. Those were all refused. Then I tried a woolly bugger, and that was refused too. So I think I'm gonna head back to my truck and grab my ultralight again and then come back out. So after an hour of every fish in here refusing all my flies, my first cast with my spinning rod, and I'm hooked up to a rainbow. Not a bad sized fish. Hooked up again. This is my 23rd trout of today. Looks like another rainbow. Very next cast, I'm hooked up with my 24th fish of the day. Another rainbow trout. Hooked up again to a brown trout. It's my 25th trout of the day. Here's trout number 26, real little rainbow. Here's my 27th trout. It's a brown. Pretty nice sized fish. 2 casts later, I'm hooked up to a rainbow. It's my 28th trout. Two casts after that. Here's my 29th trout of the day. This one's a brown. This one has a lot of fight in him. Here's trout number 30. It's a brown. Well, he just came off. But, I'm having a really good day. It seems like it doesn't matter what I'm throwing at them. As long as I keep switching up baits, I'll keep catching trout. So I'll get back to fishing. So I'm hooked up again. When the camera was off, I landed a brown back there. So this will be my 31st fish of today. It's just been an incredible day to have this section of the creek pretty much to myself. There's one other guy down there now, but pretty much for most of today I've had this whole creek to myself. I've just been slaying fish. So after I missed a couple more fish, here's my 32nd. Or maybe 33rd. I'm kind of starting to lose count. Yeah, another little brown trout. So just a couple of side notes. Although I haven't been filming the releases, I've been throwing all these fish I've been catching today back. There's no sense in me keeping a limit because I don't have anywhere to keep them, or more importantly, I don't have anywhere to cook them really. Don't have anywhere in my dorm room to cook them. I don't have cooking utensils or stuff to be able to use one of the stoves in the common areas in my building. These fish I've been catching today, I've been catching them on crappie jigs, rooster tails, Joe's flies, trout magnets, red worms, wax worms, mealworms, corn power bait, and landed one on my fly rod on a blue winged olive dry fly. So pretty much they've been taking whatever I've been throwing at them today, and I've been having a blast. I've literally been fishing since 6:15 this morning, or 6:20 or 6:30, something like that. It's been a really fun day. Hopefully I can keep catching some trout. I'm hooked up again. Let's call this trout number 33. Another little brown trout. Well, it's about 5:30, and I just caught my 33rd trout of the day. In terms of total numbers, this is by and far the best day of trout fishing I've ever had. It's pretty much like opening day again, except I have the creek to myself. There's the hole I was just fishing. I'm going to give it a little bit of a break. I'm going to work my way upstream. There's still at least 24-inch rainbow down in this hole right here. I'm not going to try to zoom in on him because there's too much glare on the water, and I don't think you'd be able to see him anyway, but I'll give that hole a little bit of a break, work my way upstream, and when I come back down, maybe I can finally hook into that fish. I've been trying to hook into him since probably about 10 o'clock this morning, and it just hasn't happened yet. But head upstream and see if I can tie in anything else. Alright, I'm hooked up to trout number 34. Pretty decent sized brown trout. Alright, I'm hooked up to my 35th trout of the day. A little brown trout, caught him on a red worm. So next cast with a waxworm and my 36 trout. This one's a rainbow. I have yet to catch a brook trout since trout season opened. This is the 4th day of trout season. It's not a bad size rainbow. Two casts later, 37th trout. It's a rainbow. Caught it on a salmon egg. He swallowed the hook. I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut the line. Hooked up with my 39th trout. Looks like a brown trout. Got it on a mealworm. Pretty hefty brown trout. Next cast with a red worm, I got my 40th trout of the day. This one's a rainbow. Pretty nice size rainbow too. Maybe about 18 inches or so. Pretty good sized fish. I think I'm going to try to shoot for 50 today. Alright, here's trout 41. I don't know if I'll make it to 50 today. It's already about 20 after 7. But we'll see what happens. This one's a brown. Caught him on a waxworm. And probably caught him at some point today, but because I've been throwing all these fish back, they're all still in here, so pretty decent fish. We'll let them go and get some more bait on my line. Very next cast, throwing another waxworm, and I'm hooked into a rainbow trout. It's trout number 42. Never mind, that's a little brown trout. Pretty decent fish. Here's number 43. It's a rainbow trout. I wish I hit record about 2 seconds sooner because he leapt about 3 feet out of the water. Caught him on a salmon egg. Get him released so I can try to get my way up to 50. Here's trout 44. It's a rainbow. I caught him on some power bait. Okay, I didn't hit record when I was fighting this fish because I didn't want to lose it. This is my 45th trout of the day.